Well, how's it going, everybody? My name is Gameocide, also known as Fatal Odds on the Xbox One. Hope you guys are doing great so far. Thank you so much for growing the Darwin community and watching the videos and showing love to everybody, and I really appreciate it. Lately, I've seen a lot of comments about what settings we use. What's your setting? Keep up the good work. Settings video. What's your aiming sensitivity? So we're gonna get to it. And comments like, can you carry me? And the answer is, yeah. Alright guys, the video you all wanted, the sensitivity video and the video about settings, fatal odds, you're smooth and you hit baby faces all the time. How do you do it? Why does it look so good? So I'm going to tell you, and I asked a bunch of other pros in the community on what they use, and we came to around the same decision. There's really about two types of sensitivity. We'll go over here to my settings, and here we have horizontal sensitivity 48, vertical sensitivity 27. Aiming and vertical next is 20/20, and that's really around default. Invert vertical access off. Obviously that's preference, but most people are going to have it off. Aim smoothing default is 40, but I have it at 42, just upped it slightly. Dead zone's at 13, and aim ease is at 25. So I'll put on the screen me, Fatal Odds, a pro, and same with Parmesan, a pro as well. This is kind of what we rock. I will put up on the screen right now the averages of what we use on each of these things. And so you can kind of see that our horizontal and vertical sensitivity is around anywhere from 25 to 50, and it's really what's comfortable, and you want your horizontal sensitivity to be slightly above your vertical sensitivity. Do not like certain things about dead zone or aim ease, so there is also a different meta we have here. So we're looking at this is pretty about average. There's a lot of pros that use these settings, but I'll go to the other settings. And so we have other pros like Furyson and Mr. Confined and a ton of other players I know that also use this. They have this setup where their horizontal and vertical are straight to 100. Their aiming horizontal sensitivity and vertical sensitivity is a little bit higher than what it is on default, which is 20. So again, preference, but don't go too high. Don't go super high. It's unnecessary and it'll mess up your aim a lot. And then their aim smoothing, dead zone, and aim ease is all 0. So I express, if you're going to do this, get used to it. Play a ton of games like this and get used to it. Don't play 2 games and think it's not working for you. You're gonna have to play a lot of games to get used to it. For the last one, so you can pretty much switch it up. You have relatively around default settings for the top 4 stats, and then you can change it up. So there's 2 ways on each side. You can put zeros on the last 3, or you can put around default on the last 3, these last 3 right here. Or on these top 4, you can do 100 to 100 and then put these around, like I said, anywhere from like 20 to 35. And then that's how you can do it. So this is either pretty around default, like I said earlier, or these huge stats, 100, 100, 26, 26. And same with these can be all zeros, or these can be relatively default. And that's pretty much what the pros use. That's what a huge majority of the people who are always in the top 100 and always kicking your butt. That's kind of what the sensitivity and settings that we always use. Can it be tweaked around a little bit once you get better and used to what settings you're using? Of course. But you should get used to some settings and keep playing as them over and over and over again. You'll start to get really comfortable with how you're playing, and you'll kind of change to how your settings are, which is not a bad idea. And then eventually you can tweak it once you get a lot better at the game. So guys, the advice here is don't change your sensitivity every single game and say, oh, it's not working, I don't know what to use, I'm having struggles. Make sure you pick one that you think you're comfortable with and play a ton of games as it. And over time, you'll get a lot better and get a lot more comfortable with the settings. Guys, I really hoped this video helps. Thank you so much for Furyson, Parmesan, Mr. Confined, and Major for giving me their time of day and telling me what their settings are and helping you guys out as well. I will put down their YouTubes or their Twitch or whatever they want down in the description so you guys can check them out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate you guys.